Sanbonani. Dumelang, my South African. Unjani. Do you know how many flights from Palestinians have landed in Johannesburg? My friend. You'll be shocked. I know you heard about one story of a flight landing in Johannesburg with Palestinians. And you were up in arms. No, they mustn't come in our country. Mustn't come in our country. Why, it's not just one flight, my friend. Not just one flight. Multiple flights with Palestinians have landed in South Africa. And you are busy chasing Zimbabweans and Mozambicans. They must go back to their country. This is my country. We fought for our country. You also must go fight for your country. Well, the Palestinians have fought for their country too. But now they are sending them to the free lands. Sending them to, what do you call it? The Rainbow Nation. Are they part of the Rainbow Nation? I mean, it's rainbow, it's blue, green, yellow, or Palestinian part of the rainbow. Anyway, on a serious note, fellas, things are happening in South Africa. Things are happening. First flight, November 2025, a chartered flight from Kenya brought over 150 Palestinians to OR Tambo International. This is OR Tambo, one of the most interesting airports in Africa. Yes, 150 Palestinians came from where? From Kenya. See the map? Kenya, Johannesburg. Did Kenya know about them? Did the intelligence of Kenya not know about these people? Let's just be honest. They knew about them, right? But they're going to South Africa. Leave them there. Is it because Mr. William Ruto, very handsome, is a friend of everybody else? I'm just asking. Well, we don't know. Well, what's happened to these Palestinians? The passengers faced clearance delay. They were kept in the aeroplane in the airport when the South Africans were like, we have Palestinians here. How did they get here? We don't know. The intelligence service didn't know the Palestinians were in the flight. Oh my God. Well, they kept them in an airplane for about 12 hours. You know, passengers faced clearance delay because Israel had not stamped their passport. Obviously. Oh, okay. Where did they come from? They came from Gaza. You don't leave Gaza without approval of somebody. Somebody has to approve. Well, they didn't put leave, you know that thing you put? That stamp to say goodbye. They didn't put it on the passport. Yeah, that's a way to send back to you. Well, a second plane came, my friend. Don't be too happy. Second plane with the Palestinians. In November, mid-November 2025, another chartered flight arrived in OR Tambo, this time with 151 Palestinians. The first one was 150. This one is 151. Well, they were kept on board for nearly 12 hours before South African authority allowed them to disembark. After humanitarian group Gift of the Givers guaranteed accommodation. So Gift of the Givers, this is a NGO. They do some very good things across the world. They do it, I believe, religion confused and country confused. In other words, it means they don't look at your religion or your belonging. They will help you. They've helped many people. They've actually helped Kenyans as well in the past. I believe a Kenyan needed a special treatment to South Africa but didn't have the money. I think Gift of the Givers provided the fundings and the stuff. They've even freed some hostages, I believe, from Boko Haram. Some people were abducted by Boko Haram. They had to pay money. This is Gift of the Givers. I believe they are based in South Africa. I think the owner is called MTRs or something. They do some good things. He's a Muslim. Yeah. Yes, but does good things for everybody. Now, Gift of the Givers say we are going to guarantee accommodation for these 153 Palestinians. They have money. So after Gift of the Givers said we guarantee accommodation, that's when the government said let them come in. So the government was not looking after. Yeah, the government wasn't ready. Government of South Africa wasn't ready to handle and take care of these people until Gift of the Givers, owned by a Muslim brother, said, I'm going to look after them. That's when they say, okay, let them come in. So up until now, my brother, we have about 300 Palestinians that you know for sure are in South Africa. That's, you know. What about the ones you don't? You know how many flights have arrived already? You have no idea. You're busy with the Zimbabweans who are waitresses. My friend. The South African government has responded. They've expressed concern over these arrivals, suspecting a broader agenda to remove Palestinians from Gaza and the West Bank.
It is indeed an issue of concern to us. It does look like it represents a broader agenda to remove Palestinians from Palestine into many different parts of the world. And it's a clearly orchestrated operation.
You know what the fight is about over there, right? So they're trying to get them out. You know, Donald Trump said he wanted to send them to Egypt and Jordan and leave their lands empty so they can reconstruct it. I believe the Jordan authorities say, why do you want to take them out of their lands? That's their homelands. What are you going to do with it? Well, South Africa took them to court. Remember? Say, we are taking you to court. We cannot tolerate this. This is not tolerable. You need to treat people accordingly with respect. You need to treat people like human. This is violating the human right. We can't see 35 times. Yeah. So is this perhaps a way for Israel to show South Africa? You came here and said you can't, but now we're going to show you can. Minister Ronald Lamola, this man right here, stated that South Africa does not want any further flights of Palestinian refugees as the government views this as part of a forced displacement effort. Is it right? Is somebody trying to move these Palestinians by force and sending them exclusively to South Africa so they can prove you a point? Imagine they went to Kenya. They didn't disembark. They didn't want to eat maharage in Kenya. Maharage is beans. They didn't want to eat maharage. They wanted to go to South Africa so they can eat bacon and eggs and muhodu. Well, not to say that muhodu is not anywhere else in Africa. Most Africans eat what you call muhodu. I think Swahili people call it what? Butumbu. Is it butumbu? I think so. Anyway, I think this is very interesting, fellas. I mean, it is happening. Palestinians have entered. They have entered. So the focus has to change. I think all the movement and the groups of the people, was it Dudula or whatever you call it, is a bunch of people that chase all the black foreigners in South Africa away, kick their food away and stuff like that. They should focus and refocus and see what's happening. What's happening in South Africa, my brother? You need to open your eyes. Did you know that Saudi Arabia is buying land in South Africa? Saudi Arabia is buying massive land, multi-billion dollars. They've invested $51 billion in buying stuff in South Africa. Do you know that? You are busy chasing the Zimbabweans and the Malawian and the Mozambicans and the Nigerian. Okay, the Nigerian, that's another discussion. Leave the Nigerians. Manager. Saudi Arabia is actively buying land and investing in South Africa, especially in Limpopo. This is Limpopo. Very nice people. Batuba Limpopo. Kerata, Batuba Limpopo. They're doing this as part of a broader 41 billion push into Africa. While this promises economical growth and job, it also raises debates about land ownership and sovereignty and long-term control over resources. Okay, Saudi Arabia is bringing money to start businesses, to create jobs and employment, but it raises concerns about ownership of the land, sovereignty and long-term control of resources. Who's going to control the resources? Batuba Limpopo. They won't just be to Limpopo. The Palestinians are going to KwaZulu, Natal. The Saudi Arabians are going to Limpopo. Which ones do you prefer? Well, South Africa believe this will create opportunities like what? Like boost South Africa's economy with foreign capital. Probably. Create jobs in rural areas of Limpopo. Probably. But sovereignty. Well, at many accounts, people are saying that country you don't name is also buying land in South Africa massively. They're buying a lot of land. It's a rainbow nation, isn't it? Yeah, they're buying land and apparently the price of housing is going up and up and up and it's continuing. I think South Africa is really creating the rainbow nation with the pinks and the blacks and the greens and the whites, but just not the Mozambicans and the Zimbabweans. I think there's a lot of things to learn from this. I mean, in China, you can't just buy houses, okay, as a foreigner. Foreigners are generally allowed to buy only one residential property. Residential property. A1, empty. For personal use in the city. One only. You can't buy more than that. And the condition, what conditions are this? You must have lived and worked and studied in China for at least 1 year before you being eligible to buy one. Properties must be for self-use, not for renting out or speculation. That's in China. China allows you. Okay, you can buy. But only for one person. And it's for some years. Lena, liarekisha lendia lena. Letrobona. You are selling the land to Saudi Arabia and all of those people. Very interesting. I don't know. People should stop fighting against chips and chocolate and stuff. You should fight about land and big things. I mean, Mozambicans and Zimbabweans and stuff, it's chips and small things. Who is taking over for real? I mean, what's happening? What is the plan? Is the plan sending Palestinians to South Africa so you can create a proper rainbow nation? and I hear they're going to be sent to KwaZulu. They're going there to go. They want to go to Kwamashu, to those places inside Pagat. They want to open their own spaza shops and little shops. Don't come there because Palestinians are not Pakistanis. You can't play with those ones. Hey, my friend, Palestinians are not Pakistanis. Oh, you're going to go loot them. They will loot you, you will cry. I think Africa needs to come together. We need to come together faster than you think. Are there bad people in Africa? Definitely. What are we going to do? Stop working with one another because a bunch of people are selling drugs. Kick them drugs addict away, and those drug sellers, put them in a cell. Close them away. But we the people, we the right people, we the respectable people need to work together to come up with a plan. If you don't come up with a plan, you will lose, my friend. You will cry. You will lose everything. Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. How many flights are coming? How many flights do you know about? You heard about one where the president spoke. There are more flights, my friend. My friend, oh, God bless.